being forced into things that you don't want to do. Is that a pleasant thing to do? The church in Smyrna, the second letter that we're going to be talking about today, the way that God describes it is they're a church under pressure. They're forced into places that are uncomfortable. They hear things, they have to put up with things, and you know what Jesus tells them? He says, I have a reason for that. In fact, they're going to get put into jail. And Jesus said, you're going to go to jail. Although he could have kept them out, he says you're going to go to jail so that you can honor me. Because one of the things that he wants us to remember is that we're just passing through here, and that he will allow pressure, he will allow things into our life so that we have a chance to honor him and to remember that we're going somewhere else. And it's kind of like, I was thinking of this sleeping bag when I think about the pressure that we Smyrna were under. Because if you're going to go traveling somewhere, if you're going to go hiking somewhere, do you take the bag like that? Or do you stuff it into a stuff sack? You stuff it because you want to make it small. You want to make it easier to carry. You want to prepare it for the journey. So when we think about the pressure that Smyrna was in, I want you to think about this. Now, which one's bigger? Sleeping bag or the bag? Sleeping bag. So is it going to fit in here? Actually, it will. But to fit in here, you have to stuff it. You have to put it under pressure. So you just, you take the sleeping bag, throw it in like that. There, that's all that fits in there, right? That's the stuff. Now, suppose if you were a sleeping bag, suppose this would be comfortable. And we took this and stuffing, and then kept stuffing and stuffing some more. Think that would be comfortable? Well, what Jesus said is sometimes the pressure gets even harder. But remember, where's the sleeping bag? Suppose we can make this smaller yet? Now suppose we did that, and we did that, and we did this, and we did this, and we did this. Remember how big this thing is? Is it still big? Was it comfortable in there? It's certainly small. And like this, I think it'll be easier to carry. You can pick up less room. I think it's better for where we want to go. Even though it's under pressure, this is better. This is what we want. Because when we get to the end, and when we need it, well then, we'll let it out. Then we'll just let it spread out. But it's not where we need it. It's not at the campsite. It's not where we want to use it to sleep. So we keep it under pressure. So it's the way we want it to get where it needs to be going. When you think about when you're under pressure, or when we think about Smyrna, the church was under pressure. The church in Smyrna wasn't where it needed to go. And where needed to go? Heaven. And while they were here, there were going to be some things that they were going to suffer. While they were here, they were going to be under pressure. But they were going to be under pressure because Jesus was taking them to a better place. He's taking them home. And when they get home, well then they can stretch out. So sometimes when bad things happen to us, we want to remember that God is using them for a reason. That sometimes when things are uncomfortable, when we feel the pressure on us, God is using them to get us home. God is using that so people can see Him. God is using that for His glory. So what do you think? Do you think you want to be in a bag like this? I don't either. But if God puts us in one, we just got to be reason for it. So why don't we pray and ask that God will help us to be ready for what God has in mind. Dear Jesus, thank you for loving me. Thank you for forgiving me. Thank you for guiding me. Please help me to remember that you're always with me. And that no matter what happens, you're here to bless me, to save me, and to get me home. In your name we pray.